Good afternoon, Pokésports, and welcome to another VGC Battle Stadium Series 12 video. Bring you a SWAMPERT team. Now, before you guys tell me that I'm making meme teams, no, this isn't my team. This team is actually by NeilVGC, who's a great competitive player. They did actually go ahead and take this team all the way to top 16, number 16 on the, Battle Stadium ladder. They have 3 different accounts in like top 32 of the Showdown ladder with this team. So the team's pretty good, no matter what you say. But yeah, we're running SWAMPERT today, which Neil feels is a very decent check to the current meta. It deals with Zacian very well, and also he feels like, SWAMPERT does what Gastro can't do, right? It is a very strong physical attacker that can also Dynamax, and hopefully we will get to see it do some Dynamax shenanigans in today's games. I mean, along with that, the rest of the team's kind of straightforward. This is a very offensive Grimmsnarl. That's one thing that I will mention. And Grimmsnarl with Black Glasses, Throw Chop, and Sucker Punch next to the Yveltal with Dark Aura does a lot of damage. So I hope to get to try that today as well. Along with that, you got a Zacian. It's a quick attack Zacian, which I think I might want to implement after missing every single play rough in existence in yesterday's episode. If you guys haven't seen yesterday's episode, go ahead and check it out. Specifically the last battle to watch me suffer. But yeah, team looks like a lot of fun. I hope that we do well today. If you guys are excited to see SWAMPERT here on the ladder, go ahead and hit the like button down below. Make sure to check out Neil's channel as well, that I will link in the description next to the rental code. And with that said, let's get on to today's battles. Oh boy. Okay, Sun Team. It's Sun Team without Gastrodon, which is honestly better for us. And also does have a Venusaur as well. We have to be a little bit cautious about the Venusaur. But looking at that team, thankfully no physical attackers right away. What if we go Swampert Yveltal? We bring a Rilla in the back, because Rilla deals very well against their Groudon and their Aleki. And then we bring a Zacian all the way in the back. This time we're going to lead with SWAMPERT. And then hopefully SWAMPERT can make something happen. Ooh, we got a nice song. I really hope the Gen 9 OST is going to be good too. Because the Gen 8 one was pretty lit. All right, we could deal with this. Hold on, we could deal with this big time. Hear me out. All right, let's Charizard could carry insert grass move, which is a little bit scary. But I also don't know if we can care about it. I almost want to just like curse. Is that crazy? No, I should just Dynamax and Max Quake, raise my special defense. Or I should change the weather right away, right? Like, what's stopping me from doing this? Just Max Geyser onto Charizard and then Protect. I'll just change the weather right away. Aleki can't touch my SWAMPERT. So if I could put myself in a situation where they can't Volt Switch an Aleki and switch in the ground, or switching the Groudon into Make It Sun, then we just get a max damage Max Geyser onto a Charizard here. Which smells like nothing but good news. Now, this can go horribly wrong if this Charizard has Solar Beam and has Overgrow. But on a team that has Venusaur, do you really need Venusaur and Solar Beam? Hopefully not. I mean, like, I feel like Charizards are carrying like Ancient Power. Heck, I would understand like Dragon Pulse above Solar Beam at this point in the game. All right, SWAMPERT, make it happen. Let's see some dreams. No more memes. Let's go for some Protect. Just stop any incoming Volt Switches. Yep, there it is. Not today. You can't get the sun up yet. They go for the Wildfire. That's fine. Into the Yveltal spot. Hey, man. Absolutely fine by me. That was a crit through Protect. That's not fine, but hey, I guess we can't complain too much. They're going to lose some Life Orb health, and here is a nice old Max Geyser into our friend the Charizard. Charizard can't hang. Oh, that is funny. That is honestly hilarious. Goodbye, Charizard. We traded Maxmons. Well, not even a trade. They just gave me theirs. We're going to take some wildfire damage. So be it, right? Thankfully, our lefties on our Swampert is going to help us mitigate that a little bit. Depending on what they switch in, they could switch in their Zacian, they could switch in their Venusaur, they could switch in their Groudon. I think it's going to be Zacian. It is going to be Zacian. They've got to care a little bit about the Swampert standing in front of them. They've got to. They got no choice. We're going to Max Quake the Zacian spot. And then take a hard swap out here into my Rilla. I feel like at this point in the game, the Rilla is not going to make too much of a difference. Because we're assuming their last is going to be the Groudon because that's what they wanted the Volt Switch out into. In order to, you know, buff the Charizard stats. With the solar power and to give Charizard some stab, sun in the sun, wildfire nonsense. This is also convenient for us because we're going to be Grassy Seed as well. Oh, the Zacian doesn't protect. They do go for the Thunderbolt into the Rilla. Rilla thankfully resists it, but doesn't take it too well. Followed by a Play Rough into my Swampert. Gonna do a lot of damage. Another crit, man. My opponent is getting all of the luck needed today. Let me tell you. Now, a big reason why I'm not even also Swampert just cleans off the Zacian from the field. Amazing. The reason why I'm not targeting this Yveltal right now is because in the end game, Yveltal versus Swampert, Swampert always wins. Right? Like there's no way that a ground type can lose to an Yveltal. That's just inconceivable. And this also helps because we're able to heal some backup with the grassy terrain and lefties. So we essentially mitigate the wildfire here. Now their last is definitely going to be Groudon, right? So we get a Grassy Glide. We also get a Fake Out turn if we want to go that route, but I think a Grassy Glide is going to be sufficient. Maybe a Grassy Glide plus... I think an EQ on Yveltal wouldn't be out of hand here. I don't think we need to change the weather. So let's just max quick Yveltal. Let's Grassy Glide the Groudon. I want to get some initial damage off on Groudon so that I'm able to clean it off with the Behemoth Blade when I come in. That's more than enough damage. Awesome. Thunderbolts. This will be enough to knock out my Rillaboom. It was last turn. What happened? Oh, the Max Quake gave us more special defense. And Swampert hangs in through the Precipice Blades. Max Quake into the Yveltal. Give me your electric gnome thing. What is an Yveltal anyway? Awesome. This most useful Dynamax for like 3 turns. My Dynamax could not have been better used. We took out 3 Pokemon in 3 different turns. Now, of course, I think this Wildfire will result in a double KO, unfortunately. Rest in peace, both of them. The Charizard's still punching at you from the graves. But the good news is we're set up to sweep with the Zacian. There's no way the Groudon's going to outspeed the Zacian. Oh, we still have a whole Yveltal left. I completely forgot we have Yveltal. Yveltal didn't get to do much today. Like, I honestly thought it died. I was like, oh, why can't I just lock in Zacian and end the game? That's because Yveltal's waiting. Like, send me out, coach. All right, so here I think the obvious play is obvious. We Behemoth. We Oblivion. We end the game. Battle was canceled. The writing was on the wall. And Swampert's taken a victory in today's episode. Going up against Ho-Oh, Zacian, and a Landorus Incarnate. Also a little bit of a Sun package in here with the Venusaur and I guess maybe a Sunny Day Whimsicott. The way that their team is rolling out, it looks like that's definitely going to be an offensive Thunderous if I had to guess. Which honestly isn't too bad because Swampert doesn't care about Thunderous in the slightest. Swampert actually doesn't care about the majority of their team in the slightest except for that Venusaur. So if we can get rid of the Venusaur, we are in pretty decent shape. I think a pretty nice lead for us is a Grimmsnarl Yveltal lead. I do want to get to try out that that package to see how well it can do here. I don't think we need Rillaboom this matchup. It does seem a little bit redundant considering they don't really have anything super weak to grass. I definitely do want Swampert. I think Zacian in the back is kind of the safest option. We could try to bring Regieleki for some speed control, but honestly, we're not outspeeding Tailwind, so I think we'll just settle with that. We'll see how this goes. But okay, we're playing this like 45-ish minutes before the ladder resets. So hopefully I don't get booted out mid-recording. I'm just saying that now, just in case this has to be a 2-battle episode. I'm trying my best to get 3 battles in here. I really don't want to get booted out. Okay, so lead with Whimsicott and Ho-Oh. So obvious Tailwind is obvious, right? That's to be expected. We could just take this opportunity, go ahead and remove the Whim from the game, which I wouldn't be too opposed by. We do have Fake Out on the set, so we can clap right over there and Oblivion Wing right over here. And then we'll just leave the Ho-Oh alone for now. Like I said, the Ho-Oh isn't the primary target for me. I'm not too concerned about Ho-Oh. I'm more concerned with their Grass Mons. So that includes Whim, that includes Venusaur. Once I remove those Grass Mons, my Swampert can come in and do, you know, Swampert things. Now, they're going to Dynamax and get some Airstreams going, it seems. Which, you know, I'm not going to complain about. Makes a lot of sense. Why wouldn't you Airstream in this situation? I don't think that they're going to pick up a KO, though, because Ho-Oh is notoriously not very... I mean, it does hurt, but... Oh. The Protect Whim. Well, aren't we now in danger, huh? Not gonna lie, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. They do go for the Airstream here. Okay, so... Airstream onto Grim. What this means is... they're gonna be faster no matter what they do. I'm almost inclined to... I mean, I guess I might as well just try to Sucker Punch this... Yeah, I'll Sucker Punch the Ho-Oh. Try to chip it a little bit. And I'm still going to go for the Oblivion Wing on the Whim. Clearly, Whim wants to preserve whatever it has. They're actually going to go for the Max Gar. So it might honestly be just a Moonblast onto my Grimmsnarl spot here. They go for the Dazzling Gleam instead. I mean, I don't mind too much. I'm going to get all my health back in a second. Grimmsnarl did absolutely nothing today. Which is a little unfortunate, but since they just showed us they have Dazzling Gleam and they have Protect... they probably don't have enough room for Energy Ball. Which makes me very happy. And we get all that health back, so that's fine. Yeah, I think here we go for Swampert. Now, I'm wondering if Swampert goes Yawn, if we just Dynamax Swampert right now. I think we want to set Curse up first. And Protect. I think they're going to target Yveltal hard. So let's see if we can help set Swampert up a little bit. If we get a Curse up, that'll be nice for our defense. Especially against this Ho-Oh. They withdraw the Whim. Probably going into the Venusaur. Oh! That's not a Venusaur. That is a Zacian. That is not what I expected. Hey, this is pretty decent. Because I don't think there's anything that the Ho-Oh is going to do to Swampert that is meaningful. Max Flare? I don't think that's going to do it. Okay, so they set the Max Flare. Does absolutely no damage. And we're now put in a situation where our Swampert gets some free Max Quakes off into that spot after setting up this big old curse. Something good could happen. We successfully like wasted our opponent's Dynamax turns. We still have 3 of our own to do. So that's pretty neat. Let's Dynamax here. Let's go for, not the Max guys, let's go for a nice Max Quake into that Zacian. Which should be more than enough to knock out Zacian. I think I'm going to Oblivion Wing this Ho-Oh spot. The Zacian has to Protect here. If it doesn't Protect, it might be going down. Let's get our Dive Ball Swampert in here. Seeing a Dynamax Swampert on the channel today, folks. Aren't you excited? It's not every day you get to see this. Alright, what you got? Now let's see what Zacian decides to do. I'm assuming protect. Play rough into my Yveltal. Not the greatest news. But I will be trading their Zacian for my Yveltal. Heat Wave is going to do absolutely nothing. They're just shooting for burns here. They don't get it, thankfully. Okay, good. They're actually special Ho-Oh, by the way. That's different. Sayonara Zacian. Okay, it's always a good sight to see Zacian going down. Absolutely always a good sight. The issue here is I have a Zacian in the back. I don't think that it's going to do much in this scenario. I'm pretty much going to just stall for the most part. I think that the Swampert wins the 1v1 versus Ho-Oh. So I kind of want to ignore Ho-Oh for the time being. Okay, in this scenario, I guess I go for the Max Geyser and the Protect onto Ho-Oh. And we still have to deal with whatever their last Pokemon is, by the way. If they have a Venusaur just sitting there, I'm going to be so sad. Because the Swampert would have got set up to sweep and then been absolutely decimated by one Pokemon. By one meaningless Energy Ball or Leaf Storm. They go for the Protect, but my goal here wasn't to do damage. My goal here was to get the rain up. And then it's... Oh, you were already faster. That was pointless. Okay, so they set up Tailwind, but the Tailwind is meaningless. Because they were already going to be faster to begin with. I mean, I guess they were trying to outspeed my Zacian, but like... There's no way you're KOing me with a Heat Wave. So I have one more turn of Dynamax here. And what do they have? Leftovers? Oh no, their weakness policy! Okay. Not a fan. But thankfully, I should be able to just Max Geyser, get into that Ho-Oh spot, knock it out. Go for the Quick Attack onto the Whim and knock that out. The Whim has Sunny Day! Get me out, Tom! Oh, and it outspent... Okay, so I get Rain back up in the end, but they get the Sunny Day boosted Heat Wave, which is so irritating. Man, Sunny Day Whim. No, they go for Earth Power instead. That still knocks me out. I guess that is the guarantee KO. Okay, Swampert, it's all up to you, man. You can do it. Let's go for the Max Geyser here. It's unprotected this time around. We are +1. That's just straight KOs even in the sun. Put some respect on Swampert's name, folks. It's earned it. Ho-Oh is not a frail Pokemon. Not in the slightest. Now it's all up to whether or not they brought a Venusaur. Show me anything but a Venusaur. It's not a Venusaur. It's definitely not a Venusaur. They're going to have to rely on some Rock Slide flinches, I think. I'm just going to go for the basic move, go for the Liquidate. Not going to make this any complicated. They have Grass Knot. I'm light, though. I'm light, though. No! Who carries Grass Knot on Landorus? Man, I just wanted Swampert to shine. Okay. G-Money. It's got a bunch of Pokemon that really, really don't like Swampert, but does also have the Rillaboom, so we do have to keep a little bit of a watchful eye on that Rillaboom. I think a pretty safe lead for us could be a Rillaboom lead also. Maybe even like a Rillaboom Yveltal lead with Swampert in the back. I'm thinking it's between Alecki and Zacian. I'm feeling more inclined to click Zacian. So we'll try that, because then we at least have the switch-ins for Rilla, and we also have the switch-ins for that Zapdos, right? Because if we lead with the Yveltal right away, the Zapdos is going to want to go for T-Bolt, right? So this puts us in at least a better position so that we have some pivoting. Also, we have a fake out lead for the Whimsicott if we want to go that route as well. They could also have a Tailwind option with the Dialga, but that would actually harm them more than it helps them. So I don't think they go that route either. We'll see. They got a lot of options on their team. Their team is very, you know, well built, right? It's not a run-of-the-mill team. It's some pretty high quality team building going on. Dialga Whimsicott lead. Okay, so this does put us in a position where we have absolutely no idea what they want to do. They can Trick Room, they can Tailwind. Which they do is beyond me, so I'm just going to have to take my lucky guesses, and I think knocking out a Whimsicott is going to be more beneficial for us. Or if this is going to be a passive turn for them, and we get priority anyway, then theoretically we should just set up Swords Dance with our Monkey Man. At least that's the way I think about it. And could this just be a Heat Wave for residual damage on both of them turn? I guess so. I think we set up Swords Dance. This is a little greedy, but it's turn 1, so we can afford to be greedy for now. I don't believe Dialga one-shots either one of these mons. I mean, maybe a Max Wormwind will do some crazy amount of damage to my Yveltal. They withdraw the win, probably predicting an incoming fake out. And this is why we Swords Dance. This definitely smells like a Trick Room here. It's smelling like a Trick Room. We'll see if we outspeed. No, it's a Dynamax. Okay, so something's dying is what this means, is that something will go down and will not like it. But what I'm really happy about is that they showed us a Landorus and they didn't show us a Rilla, and I'm assuming their last is their other restricted, which is Kyogre, which means they didn't bring the Rilla to begin with. Now, if they do have a Kyogre in the back, they'll go really hard on this Rilla right now. Hailstorm. Yeah, that's not... Oh, no, Yveltal. Well, goodbye, Yveltal. Didn't get to do much today, but thanks for stopping by. Bright news is we got a free Swords Dance off, which I guess can help. Maybe. Hey, Landorus is not going to appreciate a +1 Grassy Glide. Right? Now, I know Dialga's going to be firing off more hailstorms. Enough hailstorms to ruin our lives. Kind of makes me guess that we should probably just protect with Rilla. Now, we do also have Sacred Sword on Zacian. But I think Swampert is key, and I think Swampert Dynamax is going to be key to victory. The question is, do we go for the big Dialga, or do we just... Oh, I don't have Protect. Man, screw it. I'm gonna try to get damage off on Landorus while I can, and then Dynamax Max Quick Dialga. Hopefully take a Dialga out with me. They decided not to opt for the speed control this turn 1, and I'm honestly surprised they outsped the Yveltal. I mean, it is a modest Yveltal, 236. So that must be a very speedy Dialga, if I had to guess, because Yveltal is not the slowest mon in the world. It's relatively fast. Especially compared to Dialga. I think Dialga's only base 90. Yveltal's like 99 or something. Regardless, big ol' Swampert making its 3rd appearance on the channel today. Let's see what you got. I've Dynamax Swampert every episode. +1 Grassy Glide in the grassy terrain is going to do a really good amount of damage, followed by the Fly. I'll be honest, I'm not too worried about Fly. And it's a Fly onto Rilla. Followed by another Hailstorm onto Swampert? Man, Swampert don't care. Swampert don't care at all. Here's a Quake. That's damage, baby. Alright, so now we switch out Rilla. Yeah, I think now we switch out Rilla. I'm a little bit worried about this Dialga, though. I don't want to just throw my Zacian into the mix, but I also don't want to lose my Rilla to a stupid Fly, right? That seems a little bit unnecessary. So I'm just gonna hard swap in the Zacian. Get our second Quake off on the Dialga. I could have rotated targets. They withdraw Dialga. Do they have a flying type that I didn't consider? No, their flying type is on the field already. Do they have another one? A Whim. I don't think Whim wants to take this regardless, right? This is still a lot of damage onto Whim. In comes Zacian to take the incoming Fly. Hey, we forced their Dynamax out. Like, that's honestly fine. There's Lander's Fly. Zacian does do a lot of damage, actually. Oh, it's Life Orb, so it goes down on its own. All right, cool. Lander is gone, so nothing can lower my attack stat now. And this is a max Quake. I'm assuming does at least half health to this Whim. Okay, so now they bring an Ogre, right? It's smelling like an Ogre lead, but know what? We got +2 special defense, right? We got a lot of special defense. We still have Dynamax for one more turn. It could also be an Energy Ball coming from the Whimsicott. If it's Energy Ball from Whim, like I said, we have +2 special defense. I think we can at least take one. Also, all this lefties and grassy terrain. This recovery is amazing, man. It really does add up. All right, so what you got? It is the Ogre. So they are going to Tailwind and try to get some damage off on me. Well, I'm in the boat where I think we just Quake again and Protect. Yep, I just Quake again and Protect. I get myself +2 on Zacian. I get more health recovery back from the grassy terrain. It just makes sense. So here's my Protect on Zacian. That takes me back down to neutral, though. I think I still live in Origin. Yeah, get out of here. Swampert doesn't care. Here's a Quake. They didn't go for Tailwind, which is confusing. Okay. Should I save a Swampert? Send back in the Rilla? I feel like I gotta KO both of them, but I don't know if I can. Quick Attack definitely doesn't do it. Because even at +1, still not enough health to do it there. But if they're going for Origin Pulse... I have to commit to KOing the Ogre, I think. So I'm going to Sacred Sword. And I'm going to... Both are not very effective on Whim. I'm going to go for the Liquidation on Whim because at least we're in Stab and we didn't get the water. Okay, so they're not going to opt for going for second Fake Tears here. Which means they are just going to go for Origin Pulse. But we have the +2 special defense on the Zacian. Zacian should eat this up. Zacian does eat it up, and that means we are getting rid of Ogre here. Just super relevant news. We could still lose this. Keep in mind, they do have the Dialga still in the back. That's the perfect time to lose our grassy terrain, too. Okay. Full health Rilla, coming in hot. How do we win this? This Dialga didn't go for Protect once. I don't think it has Protect. If it has room for Ice, it means it has to have room for Steel, and it has to have room for Dragon. And it also has to have room for Quake. So I don't think Dialga has Protect. This might just be a Trick Room Dialga. Which means I'm going to Sacred it. And I'm going to Fake it. I'm predicting this to be a Trick Room Dialga. Which is why I'm throwing everything I got into the Dialga. And the Whim can't win this game on its own, I don't think. I think I only saw this Dialga go for Max Hail, though. So I have no confirmation on any other move. I can only assume that it wants to have a Steel move and it wants to have a Dragon move. And honestly, it wants to have a Ground move. Like, Dialga needs so many moves. It wants them all. Okay, the fact that my opponent's taking some time means they might be trying to make a decision here. Fake out's gonna connect. They have no protect there, baby. They have no protect. They go for the fake tears. Not today. Shouldn't matter. Gonna lower my Zacian back down to neutral. But here's a big old Sacred Sword into your Dialga. Sayonara, friend. Alright, Wim. It's you and us now. We need the Wim needs to somehow knock out my Zacian, which I don't think it can do. So we just go for the Behemoth here, and we go for the Glide here. That should be game. Yep, here's the Glide. Gonna do a nice amount of damage onto Wim. Followed by the Moonblast. Like I said, don't think this does it. Yep. Maybe if we were -2, but we were back down to neutral. Here's a Behemoth Blade onto the Whimsicott, and we're getting another dub today with our Swampert. And honestly, guys, it was essentially 3 wins, right? Can we be... The last battle... Who runs Grass not on Landorus, right? We only lost because Grass not on Landorus. Had that Landorus had any other move in the game... Hold on. Let's see how much of an RNG it was. We're going to go to Pikalytics right now. If you guys don't know Pikalytics, it's a great Pokemon VGC resource created by Griffin Ledgeham. Where you can see the most common stats and stuff. Landorus. Incarnate. Okay, I guess it has a 27% chance that it runs Grass Knot. But the most common 4 moves are Earth Power, Sludge, Bomb, Protect, Psychic. So Grass Knot is still a toss-up for me. But hey, it got me regardless. Anyway, let's get you guys that rental code. And here you have Neil's Swampert team. Now, this team is so much fun, and I'm pretty sure you could see it on my face while I was Dynamaxing Swampert how much fun this team is. Swampert is in a decent place in the meta. At least I can say that confidently after playing it. It didn't seem like there were too many things that could knock out Swampert, except for Rillaboom, and for some reason my opponents refused to bring it today. Hey, I don't know. I don't care. I had a great time by them not bringing Rillaboom. And overall, the team's really great. Make sure to grab this team while it's out. Neil also did have a video of him using this team. I will make sure to link that down below in the description as well. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Another great conclusion to another great episode, another great team. If you guys are enjoying what you're seeing, go ahead, hit the like button down below and subscribe to Pokésports if you haven't done so already. Help support the channel. We're so close to 10,000 subscribers, and it would mean the world. Anyway, I'm Kevin, Pokésports. Have a great night. Peace out. Bye-bye.